What's up, Muscle and Strength? This is Arash Rahbar, and I'm gonna take you guys through my pre-workout meal and ritual. So for me, pre-workout routine is getting my meal together and just basically visualizing what I'm about to do in the gym, getting ready for the session I'm about to have. If I'm training chest, I'll go through the exercises that I'm gonna do and what I wanna place the most amount of focus on and what I wanna get out of that routine. I'll just start visualizing and I'll make my meal, sit down and eat it, and give myself roughly about 45 minutes to an hour between finishing the meal and lifting my first weight. So we got some oatmeal. I measure out about a cup, which is 80 grams. I don't use the cup measures. They're inaccurate. I use the scale. That's 85 grams. And what I like to do is I like to grind it up. There's no like scientific reasoning behind this. I just like my oatmeal with that consistency. So it's like finer. Instead of having like the little oat flours when you're done, it's just like a big mushy consistency, which I enjoy a lot more. I guess it's kind of like oat flour, but it's not as fine. But again, I just do this just because I enjoy the consistency. There's no added benefit that I know of, at least. Probably is gonna digest a little bit faster and break down a little bit easier, which is also a good thing because sometimes too much oatmeal before training can bother some people's stomach. So I throw in my pink salt, which is a quarter of a teaspoon here. I put 2 of them, so half of a teaspoon of pink salt. For you guys that switch over from regular table salt to pink salt, keep in mind that it's higher in sodium. Depends which one you buy, but it's usually double the sodium of regular white salt. This is organic powder stevia, the whole food brand, and some cinnamon here. It's got great health benefits, but it also tastes great. I like to cook it slowly. I think if I can avoid the microwave, I will. I also think the consistency of the oatmeal comes out a little different when you cook it rather than microwaving. And you know, unless you master it, you can make a mess in the microwave. You know, that shit explodes and gets all over the place. So once my oatmeal is pretty much cooked, I'll throw in my chicken breast into my oatmeal. And trust me, if you guys haven't tried it and you're thinking that sounds gross, it's good. If your chicken is seasoned, you want to wipe the seasoning off because I have a cinnamon sweet flavor going on there, so I don't want like, you know, pepper or curry or something on my chicken. This is from my meal prep company from Trifecta. I do about 6 ounces. That's a little too much.
Why do you think the scale is important?
I mean, it's consistency, man. Like if you're trying to wing it and have a lifestyle diet, it's fine to do it by eye, but if you want to know what's happening and why you look better or why you look worse, you need to be consistent. And eyeing food is just super inaccurate, you know? Like, even if it's a little bit off, over 5 meals, that's a decent amount, you know? Especially with like nut butters and nuts. That's like the biggest mistake people make. Nut butters and nuts are calorically dense because fats are 9 calories versus 4 calories in carbs and 4 calories in protein. So if you have a little bit too much nuts or a little bit too much peanut butter a couple times a day or a couple times a week, it really adds up. So after, it's been over 25 years that I've been weighing my food. I mean, can I eye it and get pretty close? Yeah, I could. But am I gonna be off an ounce or a little more, a little less here and there? Yeah, and that's gonna add up. I like the oatmeal really thick, but unless you're having like 100 grams of carbs, for me, it's just like too small, you know what I mean? I'm a big eater, I like to eat large quantities, but unfortunately I don't. That's a decent amount. I'm just gonna dump the chicken in there and just let it sit for a little bit. It'll heat up. And believe it or not, as crazy as this might sound, you guys could even put raw chicken in here, raw beef. There's so many cuisines and so many dishes you guys have had that are similar to that. You just knock it because it sounds so weird, but if you put in raw chicken, it'll cook within less than 2 minutes. I wouldn't put in a big clump of chicken breast, I would cut it up very small. You don't have to do it raw, I'm just saying, hypothetically, you could. There's a Middle Eastern dish, a Persian dish called halim. And after I made this a few times, I'm like, where did I get this idea from? Why is this so familiar? It's a dish made of barley that's like slow cooked over hours, and it has brown sugar and salt and cinnamon, and they put like lamb in it and slow cook it. It's incredible. And this is pretty much like my ghetto version of that, you know, my healthy bodybuilding version of that. So you guys got to get creative with your meals. I mean, that meal right there for me tastes absolutely incredible. Like, I enjoy that meal. It's not like I'm suffering because I have to eat this food. I want more of it. That's the only thing, you know? When you bodybuild, your taste buds change. I can't personally tell because I've been doing it for so long, but like, so many bodybuilders like the same foods, whereas like regular people don't always. Like, I don't know any bodybuilders that don't love nut butters, for instance, but so many regular people don't care for it. I feel like when you really deprive yourself and deplete yourself and not allow yourself to eat whatever anytime, your true cravings and what you really want come out, you know what I mean? Like, my regular friends that don't diet, they're just like, ah, whatever. They eat a slice of pizza like it's nothing. For me, eating a slice of pizza is like a holy event. So I think you appreciate your food a lot more. You enjoy it a lot more. I enjoy sweets and cheat foods more than your average American that doesn't diet, that's for sure. The strategy is to get every last bit of this oatmeal out of this pot and not leave any behind. So yeah, I'll eat this, and then within an hour, usually I get to the gym. I like to let it digest. And I eat every 3 hours roughly, so it works out perfect. By the time I'm done training, it's about 3 hours. So usually like half hour, 40 minutes after the meal, I'll head out and I'll be in the gym, start lifting my first weight at about an hour after the meal. I'm not so like, you know, to the minute with that, but just as long as I don't have a full stomach and it's not uncomfortable. For a while, the oatmeal was bothering me pre-workout. Like, throughout the year, things change. I don't even know why sometimes, but it was bothering me and I was just having chicken and rice. But I really like this oatmeal. I enjoy it the way I made it. It smells and tastes great. Although a lot of you are gagging right now, it is good, I promise. So it's nice to have this back. I've been eating the oatmeal again back maybe for like the past 2 weeks.
What do you do to psych yourself up before a workout?
Nothing really, man. I mean, I've been training for so many years. I just like, even when I'm out of it and drained and just like mentally not there, I just go. I go and I know that I'll turn on once I get training, you know? Like, once you start moving, some days I get to the gym, I'm like, how am I gonna lift, man? I'm not mentally here, I'm physically exhausted, you know? And even when I'm not in prep, sometimes those days happen. I just say, you know what, don't worry, go through the movements. And once I get moving, once the blood starts pumping, listen to some good music, you know, you kind of turn on. Your body knows like, oh, it's time to train again. And you've been conditioned to do this. And even if I don't have the best workout ever, I feel a hell of a lot better after. Whereas maybe like when I was much younger, a long time ago, I just wouldn't have gone to the gym. I'd skip the gym and you feel worse, you know? So there's no specific thing I do. I think just because I've been doing it so long, it's like I don't have like this external motivation. You know, everyone always asks like, what motivates you? And I always said something. I wasn't lying, but I always came up with something in the interviews. And after a few years, I was like, you know what? I don't have any external motivation. I love this shit. Like, I'm excited about it. Like, I want to get better. I want to win. I want to improve. That's my motivation. Living this bodybuilding lifestyle requires some like really, really deep passion and love for the sport and love for being better, you know, because I've been in this sport since 2014, but I've been bodybuilding since I was like 13 years old. So why was I doing it? I was eating 6 meals a day. I was drinking a gallon of water. I was training 6 days a week. I was researching. I spent a lot of hours throughout my day on bodybuilding, and I wasn't a bodybuilder, a competitive bodybuilder. I was just doing it because I loved it and it felt right to me. Don't use that one. All right, guys, so I have my pre-workout here that I make myself. It's some Norvaline, citrulline, agmatine, some glycerol, and a bunch of other stuff that I might share with you guys sometime in the near future. So the meal is down, gonna sip on this on my way to the gym. I hope you guys enjoyed my pre-workout routine. I'm Arash Rahbar. Be sure to subscribe below, and I'll see you guys soon.